Hello there guys, it's Joey. So this video is going to be in part a love mail thank you video to Miss Suzie. Try and pronounce the Famorvhan Tempest. I think that's how you pronounce it. To say thank you to her. A little bit of a haul of a few little bits and pieces I've collected recently. And there's not much of it, but I thought I would show and tell and put that into this video as well because they kind of connect up actually, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that connection as well as a little bit above a, sorry there's not been much videos this week, kind of chat type video. It's been a difficult week this week. I've not been feeling too well and this, that and the other, so I just took a pause from it, took a break from it, walked away from it a little bit. But I thought we would do this video as it's a little bit fun, a little bit of gratitude to thank Suzie, because she said she was sending me one thing and sent me a few extra bits, and I just really wanted to say thank you and talk a little bit about that. Right, so I think what we'll do is we'll start with the hauly bits. So the first thing is not particularly interesting to look at, but if you're in the UK it may interest you to know that you can get little droppers now at Hobbycraft. You can use them for essential oils. I tend to just use the essential oils as is, but if you want to use droppers for this you can, and it makes it easier if you get a essential oil and it won't drip properly out of the bottle, I guess. I've had that happen a couple of times, so it's not hugely interesting, but it might be useful to other people in the UK because getting hold of those sorts of things is a bit of a nuisance, and I haven't seen them anywhere else personally, so I thought I would share that. I picked up some of this incense. I've shown it on Facebook. I don't think I shared it on YouTube. I don't think I did. I got it from the same place I got my... Oh, I didn't show this either. I've forgotten what it was called. Distinctly Natural or just Individual? Distinctly Individual? It was something like that. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, I got a necklace pendant for me and one of my soul sisters, and it's literally, I've got the soul sis bit and she's got the old isters bit, and it's a little bit like the best friend necklaces you used to see as a kid, and I want to say thank you to her, to Sharon, for being there for me and being my soul sister. And it's not a term that I use an awful lot, but she's been there for me and I've been there for her, and I really wanted us to have that and to, remind us that we're never on our own. I thought that was nice. And from that place I also got some of this black magic incense. A dark, seductive and enigmatic fragrance. I don't know why it needs an accent, but you're getting one nonetheless. That radiates a mystical and inviting atmosphere. Maybe I was going kind of Vladdy for dark incense. I have no idea. I think I might be going mad. Going, still there. Right, so I was getting the necklace from there anyway, which was a reasonable price. And I thought, I've never seen this incense anywhere before, and there's a few people that have tried like black magic titled brands in America, and they say they get on really well with them, so I thought I'd try it. I risked it because quite frequently when I do this I really don't like the incense, but this is really nice. It's a really good one for a Morrigan incense if you want a Morrigan stick incense. It's really good for that. I highly recommend it. It is kind of sultry, kind of sensual. It's along the lines of the Nag Champa Midnight, but not quite. It's subtly different from that. So if you like that, you might like the black magic stuff, and I will figure out where on earth I got it from and put it in the down bar, because I've just had migraines and stuff this week, so my brain is just not with it. These two things, I think people are going to adore these. I know I do. So, these are actually Paprika tins, which I use a fair bit of. I like Paprika, my partner likes Paprika. But look at look how cool these are. These are sort of retro 50s style, 40s style tins, and you know, they're really cool little tins. I wanted the tins. We do use a lot of Paprika, we enjoy that sort of thing. So this is mild. I was happy just to get the mild one, but he wanted the smoked hot as well, so we got both of these tins. And they're just awesome. I really, really like them, and they're going to be awesome little tins once I finish using the Paprika. Spanish Paprika, as it happens. They're made in Spain. There you go. These came from HomeSense in the upstairs section where they have foodstuffs. I'm becoming a huge fan of HomeSense. I think it's really amazing. So there was those. And I picked up some crystals for myself last week, but I didn't really want to go on about my crystals until the giveaway had finished. Just so there was no confusion. So I got a couple more of these little sort of selenite, I don't know what you call them, sticks? Selenite sticks? I don't know, I guess you could call them sticks. For gridding, because I bought two and I was like, you know what, I need another two, and then I can use them in like the cross pattern for gridding. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a bit, you know, symmetrical, fussy, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call me anal. I just, you know. I enjoy rounded patterns as well, so it doesn't have to be just like the... Anyway, selenite is really good for moon magic esbat work. It's a really good purifier. You can hold it up to your third eye and it will womp through and clean out your third eye chakra particularly well. You can of course use it in esbat work and working with lunar goddesses. What else have I forgotten? Oh, if you're working with a black crystal, a really strong black crystal, say an obsidian, or to a lesser degree but still black crystal, tourmaline, you can use it to sort of use on the balance side of it. So say you're using the black crystal for a banishing crystal. Do I have a black crystal? Not really. Oh, there's some tourmaline. Hang on. I'll show you. This isn't new, but this is the idea, right? So say you were using a black tourmaline and you were using your black tourmaline to banish whatever. So you're banishing negative energy out of your space, you're banishing negative energy out of your self, out of your aura, you're pulling all the funk out and you're pointing it away from you. So that's probably more pointed that way. Okay, so and then you would point that away from you. You might use a candle as well, directing all the energy, pushing, and then you would be using your selenite to pull positive energy back in. So you are filling that void with positive energy, healing energy if you were healing yourself, that sort of thing. Selenite is really great for that. It's quite protective. It's kind of much more gentler than a lot of crystals. Has a sort of securing energy that makes you feel safe, but it can help clean out blockages at the same time, so it's not like overwhelming. It's a good healing crystal, particularly for beginners. I much prefer the raw stuff. I really don't like the polished stuff, apart from the wands. I can get on alright with the polished wands, but other than that I really do prefer the raw stuff for that. And I got a piece of amber. So this is my second piece of amber. Technically amber's a resin, rather than a crystal, but they count it in all of the crystal books generally speaking. I shall find it in the Book of Stones. I know you can use it for stuff to do with love and lust magic. You can do with your own sort of self-love work. This piece is really pretty. I hope you can see. It sort of has a opaque part and a darker part, so you can kind of see through the tip, but then the twist is kind of almost, but not quite, completely solid colour. I really like it. I've been called to amber a couple of times recently. It's interesting because it's not something that would have been on my automatic list. It's good for solar energies, warming, solar plexus work. You can work with it on all sorts of levels with solar deities if you so wish. It's a purifier acting on the energetic, emotional, physical levels to transform negative or stagnant energies into clear, usable frequencies. Transforming negativity into a source of clean energy. You can also use it for connecting to your past, connecting to your lineage, connecting to your past lives, because it has that sort of fossilized resin energy. We talked about fossils the other day, so it has very much that sort of thing. You can also use it to assist you in getting rid of karmic debris from the past, from your own personal past, from past life past, cleaning, giving yourself a good overhaul on your energy. Can be helpful for those who become depressed, especially during winter due to light deprivation. That probably affects me, so I just think that's pretty good. So cleansing and healing your aura, that sort of thing. It's really wonderful. The last two are gorgeous. So this is a piece of raw garnet. Garnet's one of my favourite stones. It's not my favourite stone, which is labradorite. Oh god, honestly, my brain is still not with us. So I really wanted a raw piece of garnet. I have a few polished stones but no raw piece. So this one came off the market and it spoke to me. It has a really nice, can you see the little sort of hint of the red in there? It has a really beautiful shape, but it's still quite a raw piece. So it's obviously been shaped, but and sort of sawn off, I guess. But it's still a raw piece. It's not been full on tumbled, and you can see just as the light hits certain parts, it just gleams like a little glowing orb of blood or something. I don't know. It's Morrigan-esque, and it's very much root chakra, earth in its primal sense. Garnet's very sexual, very lustful, very connecting to your primordial self. Can it help with one's vitality and endurance? Strengthens the base chakra and our connection to the physical. Excellent stone for those who need extra energy or feel ungrounded. Stone of tangible truth. If one tends to build castles in the air, garnet can assist in manifesting a realistic version of them here on Earth. They're sort of a genuine dream giver. So they sort of draw your dreams in through yourself and then ground them in your reality. So you can manifest your dreams even if they're a little bit less grand than you dreamt them. Can help arouse the energies of the kundalini, the profound spiritual power said to be dormant at the base of the spine. And so on and so forth. Oh, I would love a black handwrite garnet. I might keep an eye out for that. That looks interesting. Sorry, right? Future crystal right there. Ground you in your physical. Helps to dispel panic, worry, fear and anxiety. Helping to trust in the infinite abundance around in the universe. And so on and so forth. It's funny how the Book of Stones just never says this is a dirty, naughty crystal. This is a deeply sexual crystal, and it's very Morrigan-esque. Okay, so the next one I'm super in love with as well. I may do some more crystal work this week, just to help with the healing. Where am I? There you are. Right, so this is a Vesuvinite. It's interesting. They come in a variety of colours, Vesuvinite. And I saw this and I was like, oh my god. And I don't know if it's kind of because it went very well with the amber. I've gone for very sort of cubic style shapes this time round. But this is Vesuvinite. My tumbles are more green, but I actually prefer this colour. Uniting the heart and the will, enthusiasm for life, releasing of all negative attachments, the courage to change. Is a highly energetic stone capable of affecting any of the chakras, yet the predisposition of a certain specimen will vary to colour. Yellow-green, as I would probably say that, I mean that's more amber, yellow-amber, isn't it? Will easily stimulate the solar plexus and heart chakras. I think this would be a solar plexus, perhaps bordering on a root. The alignment of the will with the heart is of major importance. It describes the solution between the battle of the ego and the self. Especially the yellow-green variety works well with moldavite, which I can't afford, gold tektite, which I haven't seen, golden labradorite, which I haven't seen, morganite, which I do have, and so on and so forth. And green garnet. Well, I've got some green garnet. So there you go. Helping you to find your heart's desire and to realise what your true heart's desire really is. Useful for combating negative thought processes and bringing enthusiasm back into one's life. I would also like some Vivianite because that looks lovely. Right, so anyway. So that was it for little bits of crystals. And this is the last thing that I actually bought for myself, and this is the connection. So this week I'd been seeing bindweed absolutely everywhere, and I've been seeing photographs of the oil, I've been seeing photographs of the plant in various forms. I actually went around the village and saw some bindweed and I was like, oh god no, because it was right down someone's drive and I just didn't feel comfortable in going and asking them. I mean, people on Facebook were like, just go ask them, it's a science project, go for it. And I was like, I live in this really close-knit Christian conservative style community and the English are right snobs, and I just didn't want to do it. And Suzie very kindly offered to send me some bindweed, which is what the connection is. But before that point, I actually bought some bindweed oil from Witchwood on Etsy. So Witchwood on Etsy is a shop that I've looked at now and again and thought, I really want to try some of their stuff. And I'm going to talk about bindweed properly when I show you the bits and pieces that Suzie sent, but I thought we would cover two bits with the oil. Right? People are really weird about buying other oils. There's this notion of when you make your own, you shouldn't be buying other people's and stuff like that. So at that point, I didn't have the materials to make my own. I do now, thanks to Suzie, but at that point I didn't have any. And I'd been wanting to try this store out for a while, and I wanted to try something that wasn't one of the more expensive items to see how I felt about the energy. The energy is good. The energy I could feel, which is not always the case buying from Etsy sellers and this, that and the other, but I could feel the energy of this one, which is good. I feel very strongly about the idea that you should be able to feel the energy of what has been put into the item that you're making, and then you take that energy, that idea, that feeling, and you capitalize on it and you imbue it with your own. So you're adding to it, you're kind of knitting the two together. So if you can't feel an energy when you buy an item, that's a bit disappointing, particularly if it's a pagan / witchy style item. I could, however, feel the energy with this one, which is really, really good. It's a clear oil. There's no bits in it to my... No, there's no bits in it. You can see there, you see? In one of the... I'm not the biggest fan of the amber bottles. I prefer to be able to see what's in, but it is a glass bottle, which is good. The price... It's a 25ml bottle. It was about £7, I think. Oh no, was it $7? Because for some reason, even though they're in England and I'm in England, the prices came up as dollars. I was a bit confused about that. I was also a bit confused to the fact they sent it to my store name when my store name isn't involved in my Etsy at all. So I just use Etsy to buy stuff, but I'm not on Etsy as a seller because of all the nonsense they put up. I'd rather have my own store, go from scratch and all the rest of it. But so that was a bit confusing, but it came really quickly. It came well wrapped. I really like the energy. I can feel it, which is great, and there you go. So that's something I talked about on Facebook, the fact that I was wanting this bindweed and I just couldn't bring myself to go down down the driveway and ask, because people in England are going to be like, especially the nosy busybody types around here, oh, I can't imagine. So Suzie very kindly offered to send me some bindweed, and it's all fresh actually, so I wanted to do the video now, and then I'm going to go pop it in the dehydrator and dry it all out. So she sent me stems, flowers, and I think my personal favourite is the root. Isn't that amazing? These all... So I know the light's a bit, but there you go. So I'm going to dehydrate these afterwards. And the information actually comes from the incredible Sarah Ann Lawless, who has a page on bindweed in her Weeds for Witches on her website blog thing. Right, anyway, magical properties. Oh, sorry, first of all, the proper name for bindweed is hang on, let me increase it. Convolvulus sepium. It's a type of morning glory, also known as devil's vine, hedge lily, or field bindweed. They belong to Saturn, patron of witchcraft. It is a plant of dawn and dusk and thickets and hedges, separating civilization from the wildwood. Hedge bindweed's magic lays in places between thresholds and doorways, open to the other world. It's a good ally for hedge crossers and spirit workers. Its persistent vines help create a connection or bridge to both worlds when one is travelling between. If the flowers are too delicate to use, the tangled vines can be put to work in binding spells for people, objects, or spirits. The roots are the main part used in folk magic, and hedge bindweed is one of Native Americans' conjurer roots. It is used as a substitute for High John the Conqueror root and has the same magical properties of good luck, success, confidence in self, strength, and commanding power. So there you go. I've been seeing bindweed everywhere, like literally everywhere, and I think there is an element of hedge witchery coming into my practice that it keeps coming up over and over and over again. Crossing doorways keeps coming up over and over again, and then this week bindweed was everywhere. And now I'm seeing it everywhere. Like if I go out in the car, I will notice it now, like everywhere, and I'm like, if only it was closer, if only it was within walking distance. But there you go. So firstly, thank you to Suzie for kindly offering to send me some bindweed. It's going to be hugely useful, and I wasn't expecting all the. I was expecting like a little pack of dried herb, so I was really blown away. And that's not all she sent me either. So Let's move the beautiful things. I will take those and pop those in the dehydrator as soon as I have finished, along with some fresh rue. Oh, the bags, aren't they cute? Am I weird? I might be weird. Right, so this is fresh rue. I have only ever had dried rue, I believe, and it's one of my favourites. I love rue. Rue is highly protective. It's probably the one of the protection herbs. I'll actually read from the Cunningham book, and then it makes it a bit easier on my migraine inflicted brain. Masculine, Mars, fire, healing, health, mental powers, exorcism and love. Oh look, it relieves headaches. Added to bathing, breaks all hexes and curses that have been cast against you, and is also added to exorcism incenses and mixtures. It's protective when hung up at the door or placed in sachets, and the fresh leaves rubbed on the floorboard send back any evil spells sent against you. A sprig of fresh rue is used to sprinkle water, or salted water, throughout the house for cleansing it of negativity. Mixed into juice with morning dew and sprinkled around you. It provides strong magical acts for protection, and so on and so forth. For some reason, toads have a natural aversion to rue, so there you go. So that's going to go in my dehydrator too. It smells lovely. Oh, she said there was an incense stick. Where's my incense stick? I popped that down so it was safe. There you are. There was one incense stick in there as well, so that smelled really, really good. I'm not entirely sure which it is. It might be sandalwood, but I'm not sure. I'm terrible at this sort of thing. So, especially when my brain's not with us, which it's not, let's face it. She then sent me some feathers. So these, I haven't taken anything out yet. I want to keep them all together until I'm going to use them. So this is, alright, black Sumatra, which is her black chickens, which are incredible, which are, I don't know if I would ever see a black chicken in the UK just out and about. I think they're kind of rare, and I'm pretty sure they're kind of rare. And then some turkey feathers. And I hope you can see, yeah, they've got this beautiful brown-black effect. So, one moment, I've got the magical properties on here. So, black chickens are actually used quite a lot in banishing work, particularly to do with hoodoo. And the black feathers can be used as like a smudge feather, very much like I would use crow or swan feather. And you can use it to really sort of dispel negativity. You can use it to dispel the evil eye, dispel hex work against you, that sort of thing. That was its main sort of thing. And then turkey is very sacred. Adaptability to help you survive. They have this great survival instincts. It teaches strength through being in a flock and allowing others to assist you and helping you sort of to find where you belong, that sort of energy. So that was wonderful, and these two tie in really strongly right now, so that's incredible. I was just blown away. I thought they were really, really sweet. And then I haven't opened this guy either. This is awesome, and he's probably going to stay in the bag till I use him. This is a cuttlefish. I assume cuttlefish bone. Pretty sure. So cuttlefish are very survivor based as well. Master of disguise, attacking from ambush, sneaking up from behind. Intelligence, adaptability, flashy when the mood is right, unseen when they need to hide. Master of disguise, king of camouflage, survivor extraordinaire. Cuttlefish are seen and unseen, real and unreal, of this earth yet alien. So it's very shamanistic, very survivability, very shapeshifter energy, which is fantastic. She sent one other thing, but I'm going to keep that private between me and her. So I'm not acknowledging it, so she knows, but that's private between me and her. Oh, I forgot one other thing that I picked up today, which you may want to pick up if you're in the UK and you can get to a B&M. So B&M have got some of these awesome little jars in. Little apothecary jars, sweet jars. I use them for herbs and things. I think keeping herbs sealed in and that sort of thing, and they were 99p, so I was like, bargain. So you can get those. So just to round off that, I forgot that, so let's just include it. So those are the bits and pieces that I got this week. A huge thank you to Suzie, whose parcel came through this morning. So I wanted to say thank you. I was blown away. I was expecting a little thing of herbs, and there's some really beautiful things in here. So I'll look at getting you some herbs and things that you might like in the future. I've got to sort out all the giveaway and everything first, so it might be a month or two, but I'll sort you some nice herbies out that I have access to, perhaps, and maybe you don't, in the near future. Because it was just so lovely. It was just, it cheered me up. I've had a horrible week, let's put it that way. And so it really cheered me up this morning. I was like, oh, that's so nice. And you can hear, I'm going to cry. No, I'm not going to cry. I've had a week. I just breathe and calm, right? But yeah, so a huge thank you to Suzie for that. A huge thank you to everybody who entered, took part, shared in the giveaway. The response was wonderful. I haven't done one before, a giveaway before, for a number of reasons. Financial reasons being one. I'm in a slightly easier financial position now, so I can actually do the giveaway, and the giveaway has been done, and it was really great to see everybody's responses as well. And that's why I asked the question I did with the particular giveaway, to remind people of what they love about this path rather than focusing on all the negatives. I think it's kind of important just to remember the good stuff and have a laugh and enjoy yourself. And I know that some people are against showing what you've got and haul videos and stuff, and I understand why some people are. However, I don't think, it needs to be a big deal one way or the other. Quite frequently I give away stuff as well, and I don't talk about it as much, but if I give away stuff and get other stuff, then that's my choice. And if I enjoy it, I enjoy it, and if you enjoy these videos, I really hope you do. And if you don't, then there are plenty of other people out there to watch. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week of it. I've had some bad health this week, and that's why there's been less videos for the most part. I got the fossil video done, and I was suffering a bit at that point, and a couple of days that followed were pretty bad. So that's why it's been a bit quieter. I have some plans going forward, and I'm gonna look at a new series that I want to do. I'm going to continue with the tarot video. I'm going to do the tarot video. I know we are so behind that I need to do the the card discovery for the new card, and then I'll try and do another one straight away. So I might just do 2 videos back to back with the tarot videos for the Prism of Visions, because I enjoy working with them. I enjoy discussing them. I enjoy discussing the artwork and how I see it, and actually me talking out loud with the Prisma Vision card in front of me sometimes helps me to click things that I hadn't perhaps seen on my own. I'm quite vocal, so quite often things come out without me overanalyzing too much, and then I'm like, ah, and I can follow that thread. So I do enjoy doing the tarot videos, so that's coming. We did manage to get the I Can't Witch Without video out this week, so at least I managed to get that out this week. And the Celtic Calling, hopefully I can get back and restart that next week, hopefully, and some other bits and pieces. Definitely one new thing that I really want to do. Right, eho, then. So, a last big thank you to Suzie. I was blown away. It cheered my whole week up, so it was fantastic. So thank you so much. And onwards. Many blessings.